Hey guys, Jim here. Time for another little installment of Knives and Wine. Kind of a late night here. It's already after midnight. Had a pretty long day. Had some meetings during the day today, then had to go to work tonight. So my voice is going to be a little bit gruff, and I apologize in advance for that. But I don't know. I've been on vacation for a week, and the only thing I did when I came back was did a quick video on this really awesome Graham there. If you haven't seen it already, I uploaded it last night. You should definitely go check it out. This thing is just a sick, wicked, badass little knife right here. Very impressed by it. And I lucked out. My buddy who bought it, that I was explaining in the video, that had it shipped to me to do the guest blade segment on it, he's like, yeah, you know what, keep it as long as you want to carry and have fun with it, you know, a few weeks, a month, whatever. So I'm actually going to do that. I usually don't take anybody up on an offer like that, but he and I know each other really well, so it's not an issue. And I'm actually going to have fun with this because I'm probably going to end up buying one of these very, very shortly, and this gives me a chance to kind of do some real-world EDC with it and, you know, just kind of pocket it and have fun. So I'll be enjoying this over the next few weeks, sitting in my pocket and doing some basic shit with. But I just kind of wanted to, you know, sit down and chat, have a little bit of wine with you guys, and just kind of kick back and relax. So this is, it's not an important video of any kind. I mean, none of my videos are important videos, but you know what I mean. Is, you know, nothing, no major revelations being laid out here. Just kind of a nice long ramble, you know, kind of Ferrum Forge style. Except Elliot isn't typically drinking alcohol in the shop. That we know of. So I guess random topics. So I went on my vacation, and I was about a 4 or 5 hour drive away from Tuffthumbz. So we kind of chatted it up and everything, and decided we would get together. A lot of you guys have seen the epically long videos. We did a great knife talk video there. I think it was a three-part video. We had a lot of fun, and I got to tell you, it was so refreshing to meet people that have the same love and passion, and even more so for knives than I do. Sitting down, getting a chance to finally meet in person, to get to meet Jeff, to get to meet Vance. Dude, Vance is like the most awesome, laid-back, chill dude ever. We've had a chance to talk on the phone a few times, and we text message a lot like, you know, little 16-year-old girls. But he's just so damn cool in person. Vance, it was really awesome meeting you. Got to sit down with Barry, new to knives. You guys are subscribed to his channel, I hope. Not nearly as big of a dick as I expected. No, I'm kidding. He was just super cool. Everybody really was. Sebastian, just didn't even know what to expect with him. And again, super cool, super awesome. A lot easier to understand in person, more so than I expected. And of course, the legendary John Gray was there, and I got to handle all of the Thuck models, which was really, really amazing. And I'm glad that he was able to get me in on his list, and I will be thucked very soon. And I got a chance to kind of sample all the different knives and the styles that he does, and the crazy whacked out grinds. It's insane how that man thinks and how he generates that into a tangible thing to have that piece of steel sitting in your hand. And during the course of that night, Jeff convinced me to step in front of a grinder. You know, because we're all hanging out in his garage, his huge garage, which is his shop. He's got every machine known to man in there. And they're like, yeah, why don't you grind your first blade and this and that. So you guys know me. I'm kind of the cautious type. So I said, you know, I'd rather watch, you know, somebody else kind of doing it so I can see the mechanics of it. If you guys haven't seen the video, I think it's pretty amusing. He put it up on his channel, over on Tuffthumbz channel. It's just a little 5-minute video of me grinding a blade. So I asked John to step up and kind of, you know, give me the ideas of, you know, where you want to hold your hand so you don't lose half your finger on the belt and all that kind of good stuff. And it was so funny because the piece of steel that we were going to use was going to be like a little fixed blade knife, so I had a handle on it and I had plenty of room to hold on to it. And John started, yes, John sharded right there in front of all of us. He just sharded. He has no dignity whatsoever. He doesn't mind. No, sorry. John started to grind it down and give me a basic idea of, what grinding really entails. And that's when I kind of got to see just how much John loves making knives, because he couldn't stop. He wouldn't put it down. He wouldn't put it down till it was a completed knife. And over the course of 20 minutes, I watched him do a very impressive grind. And we kind of played with it and tested it, and I shaved some hair off my arm. It was insanely sharp right there, fresh off the grinder. And the coolest thing of all is I get to stand next to John as he's grinding a blade, and they got a chance to buy it off of him right there. How cool is that? So Jeff's going to throw some cool handle material on there and get that shipped down to me. And it's really kind of my first official fixed blade knife, which is kind of neat. I mean, my first one, obviously, you guys know, is my Jason Browse Coroner, the custom with the zombie effects on it. But it's not really a practical EDC. And you guys out here in the YouTube community and Instagram and elsewhere have gotten me more and more interested in fixed blades. So I figured, what the hell? That's a great way to start. And I got a wonderful education being there that night. Not only about the various knives that we were sitting there playing with and things like that, but really getting a better understanding. Standing in front of that grinder, holding a piece of steel, gave me a much greater appreciation than I already had for what knife makers do. I mean, this is not an easy job. And as I mentioned in the Knife Talk video, most of the knife makers that I've had the pleasure of speaking with, most of them are self-taught. I mean, it's not like they took a class. A lot of them did not get the opportunity to be mentored and apprentice under anyone. They just kind of sat down and started doing it. A lot of them have, machinist backgrounds and things like that, so they have a basic understanding of the tools. But to sit down and grind a blade, especially like this, like the Tannic, something as complex as this, because you got to realize the angle that you're having to grind at. This is not a straight grind. It's very funky, very weird. Jeff says it takes between an hour and a half just to grind a Tannic blade. That's a tremendous amount of work. When you sit there and look at the machines they're using, the grinders, all the different jigs that are used in conjunction with that, all the friggin' tools that these guys use, just to learn how to use those tools, to do all the various things that they're doing, and then all of the math that goes into how everything's going to fit together, all the tolerances, how things have to work together, which steels are better for this application or that, and which works, what materials used to grind down whatever material, all the different belts. I think he had like 300 different belts hanging there. It was insane. So while I already had a great appreciation for the hard work and the skill that it takes to do what they do, I have a much greater appreciation now. I mean, I'm a regular, normal, everyday guy that got a chance to sit there and push steel against a grinding belt and realize, damn, this is, not that I ever thought it was easy, but it's not as easy as a lot of us want to think it is. And it takes such a degree of talent that I know I'll never possess. And it's really, it gives you more. I was kind of in awe of these guys, both Jeff and John, to see what they do on a daily basis. It's really incredible, and it's a shitload of fun. It really is. It was super awesome, and that was 1/100th of the steps required to actually complete a functioning knife is what I got a chance to do. I can't imagine going from beginning raw materials to the end final product. How satisfying that feeling must be. Especially when you get into, stuff like this, these really nice, well-respected, the kind of knives that everybody talks about, like a Curtis F3. To start with nothing but components and to create something like this that so many people love and so many people rely on a daily basis. It's got to be a wonderful feeling of gratification for them. They're certainly not doing it to get rich. We all know that there's only a handful of knife makers out there that have really like hit it big, you know, that really have a wonderful flourishing career that could afford them anything they want. Most of these guys do it for the passion, do it for the love, and they're certainly not getting rich off of it. The materials and all the time and work involved, and the materials that are expendable, you know, having to keep buying new belts and all these bits and everything else. There's a lot of money that goes into each of these, and they may not actually be profiting as much as you might want to think they are. So I just thought it was a really cool experience. Thank you, Jeff, for opening up your home and opening up your shop to me, and just inviting me along to play along with what you guys do. You know, every weekend, every Sunday, you guys get together and do that. And it was really cool to be involved in that, and just meeting those guys and the friendships that I've made in this short amount of time doing these videos and getting more involved in the knife community. It's something I'm never going to forget. It's something I'm very, very humbled by and very grateful for. So to those of you, I don't need to name names, that you know, we've had a chance to become friends or support each other in some way. You've got my respect and you've got my gratitude. It's been a hell of a lot of fun. One of the things that kind of was difficult for me during that vacation week was I flew up there to visit family. And so as a result of that, you know, I can't take something like this on an airplane. That's just not going to happen. So I had to ship a knife to myself. You know, I was going to visit the family's beach house, so I had a destination that was safe to ship to. But there I was thinking, well, now I got to rely on the Postal Service not to lose my package. What is the one knife I've got that if it did get lost, A, it could be more easily replaced because it's not like a one-of-a-kind, you know, or something like that. And B, that would be affordable enough to replace. So the only thing I could think of through my entire collection that I, A, wanted to carry and have fun with, and B, would fit those other criteria was my DOC, my Microtech DOC, after Jeff fixed the FU clip. And I got to tell you, as wonderful of a knife as it is, and I really did enjoy it, I don't ever want to be put in a position again where I have to carry one single knife for 7 days straight. Oh my God. I missed the hell out of my babies. First knife that I came home and stroked was my Bodega. Maybe it was because I missed it the most. Maybe it was because so many people on Instagram over those few days had posted about their new bodegas and their new field grade bodegas that maybe I had Bodega on my mind. I don't know. But that was the first one that I came home and fondled. I love my little bead too. Hello, little bead guy. Can we focus? I can't focus on my tiki bead. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I feel it's so important, but now that I've started, I have to finish. There's my little two-tone tiki. He's cool. Schmuckatelli, baby, as Terra Fanatic would say. So, yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to put myself in that position again where I've only got one knife to choose from. That just drove me batshit crazy. It was not fun in any way. But, oh my goodness, Barry's actually texting me right now in the middle of a video. Good old Barry. It's 12:30 at night. How do you know I'm not asleep, freak? Because he knows I don't ever sleep. So where do I want to go next? Oh, yeah, you know what? I was goofing around tonight. I was showing a buddy of mine my holeback because I've been carrying the shit out of it. And I just want to give a testament to the insane sharpness that Jake puts on his knives, because I lost the end of my thumb tonight. Where'd it go? Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, a little bit right there. You know, you just screw up and you don't get your thumb out of the way fast enough when you're closing the knife fast, and it just grazes the edge of your thumb. Yeah, that's what happened. And I didn't even feel it at the time, and I looked down, and there was just that flap of skin barely hanging on. I went, oh, crap. And it was funny, because he had just asked me, oh, is this thing really sharp? Because it looks like a blunt instrument. Yeah, it's super sharp. Jake does a hell of a job. So happy about that. And I'm glad all of you guys watched the video that I put up. I did take it down, my vacation video, letting people know about the Quayback mid-text that Jake had announced. I took it down because within just a couple of hours of putting that up, Jake has said, he's like, oh my God, I got, hundreds and hundreds of emails between my Instagram posts, his Instagram posts, and then the video I put up. So I hope you guys took advantage of that and you got on his list, because he's going to have to, I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, he's going to have to make 500 knives in order to satisfy what the demand is. So good on you, Jake. Congratulations. And I know you're going to do well with it. And I'm glad I got my order in before I told people about it. So yeah, my hoback took my thumb. Oh. Take another sip of my wine here. Let's talk about fixed blades a little bit ago. And I'm kind of falling into it now. I am going to be discussing very soon with LM Knives some cool little project. I really want like a little pocket hatchet or something. And he's doing such incredible mirror finishes on his blades. It's kind of going to be like a little pocket pimp knife. I'm kind of excited about that. But ones I do have incoming, you guys know Ryan, New York knife maker. Go check out his channel. He's been working on a custom for me for a little bit of time. That's due in really, really soon. That was actually going to be my first official fixed blade, but some things have gone on in his personal life to kind of put things on the back burner, which is totally cool by me. I understand the thought of, life getting in the way of shit. Totally get that. But that's going to be incoming very shortly. Just got finished talking with Black Widow Knives. And I'll be getting a Black Widow Mini Hunter, so you guys will be seeing a review on that very shortly. I'm actually pretty excited about that, because that's a wicked looking little knife. You can tell it's late night. I don't have my wedding ring on. I don't have a watch on. I'm damn well ready to go to bed. So I'm going to be doing that. You guys may know J Davis 882 on YouTube. John is going to be making a cool necker. He and I talked a little bit about that. I'm going to be getting one of those from him. So I think I'm kind of getting the ball rolling slowly on fixies, and I think the addiction may grow from there, because there's just a world of options out there. And, I'm really kind of being cautious about what I'm doing. I'm not buying frivolous crap that I'm never going to use. I'm really trying to find stuff that will EDC, that will either be a neck knife, something that can go, holstered sideways on a belt where it's easy access, or that will actually fit in my front pocket. And as long as it's going to fit those needs, I think I'm going to be collecting a few more of those. And it was really, after getting that little Kiradashi from Gav, from Mike, I've been having so much fun with that. I literally play with that every day. I look for shit just to slice into ribbons with that sharp little bastard. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. I've been very fortunate recently to get in on a few exclusive knife makers lists, some whose books are closed and some that are just a little more challenging to get on. So I'm not really going to be on the hunt for anything anymore, at least not for a while. I got enough to keep me busy at this point. I got stuff continually coming in over the next few months. Actually, next few years. I'm on one list that's more than 3 years out. So I'm not really checking out any sales posts or visiting any dealer sites. I'm actually trying to avoid them so I don't start getting, overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that I got coming in. But I do want to thank you guys for the constant heads up. I've been getting a lot of emails lately. Hey dude, I know you were kind of looking for one of these or one of those, and I heard that this and that person is going to be selling this. Guys, I really appreciate that. It's really nice of you to think of me and to kind of keep me in your thoughts. That's pretty awesome. Again, this community is, you guys friggin' rock. I love you guys. But yeah, I'm not really going to be buying anything for a while. Actually, I'm going to be selling this. I already talked to a guy. He's a young guy. He wants to get into some 3V and do something cool. He didn't have the money right away, so I just told him I'd hold it. I'm in no hurry to sell it. And I'm at the point now in my collection, there's nothing in here that I want to let go of. I actually want to keep everything. That's exactly where I want it to be. That was the goal that I stated just a few months ago. And I'm very happy to be at that point now. And with all the future stuff coming in, I think I'm actually going to be happy for a while. So this has been kind of an exceptional year for me anyway, for knife collecting. Really cool shit out there. I do want you guys to keep your eyes open, because the next guest blade I'm going to be doing is rather exciting. And you might want to Google this or look it up on YouTube. There's a couple videos. But the Wyland Wolverine, if you don't know what that is, you need to check it out and start getting excited now. Because that is probably the most way out, insane knife that you can possibly ever imagine. I'm not going to describe it to you. It's up to you if you want to look it up. He shipped it today, so I'm assuming it's going to be here. I think it's probably going to be here Monday. And I will get down and sit down with it as quickly as I can. I mean, it's like a $4,000 knife, so I'm not going to be keeping it in my house for very long. I want to get it back to its original owner as quickly as I can. That's going to be epic. This is going to be so much damn fun. I do want to just touch on this very quickly. My camera's going to cut me off in the next 3 minutes, so I've got to make it more brief than I'd like to. In the grinding video I did over at Jeff's, I've been taking a little bit of flack for making an off-the-cuff joke about John Grimsmo, where I was basically just pressing a piece of steel against a belt for 5 minutes. And I got done, I said, oh, well, now I've officially ground more knives than John Grimsmo. Listen, guys, it was a friggin' joke. Grimsmo himself has proclaimed that he doesn't feel the need to ever own a grinder, to be a knife maker. Doesn't need a grinder. Doesn't have to grind blades. You take from that whatever you want. I'll be giving more opinions on that later on, but I do want to just kind of put it out there. Guys, it was a joke. It was all in fun. Jeff has actually met John Grimsmo. They had that discussion about the style of knife making that he does, all machined, all CNC'd, and then using a wicked edge to put an edge on it. You know what? More power to him. If that's what works for you and people want your product's obviously in demand. He reopened his books, I think, temporarily and had to close them again. Hey, good on you, man. Congratulations. I will touch more on that in a future video when I have more time, because I don't feel that it's fair to him to just give him a 2-minute commentary here. But I just did want to clear the air on that so nobody's got their panties all in a bunch over it. It's not a big deal. Nobody's mad at anybody. Nobody's offending anybody. That's just me, guys. I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to be honest. Always try to have fun. Always like to joke around. That's me. Anyway, I'm going to let this go for now before it rudely cuts me off, as it has done so many times in the past. It's very frustrating, especially if you have a couple of glasses of wine in you. So I'm going to, by the way, this is just my first glass. I'm not out here playing with sharp objects, going, "Aah!" So don't worry about me. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here for right now. I will try to do another one of these in the next few days, and then I'll get that Wyland Wolverine done. Dear God, I can't wait for that to arrive. That's going to be so cool. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.